Okay. We're level 17. I got some tent rest. We're gonna be proceeding onwards towards level 18 when some guy who's really nice, I don't know, gave us a very excellent axe. It's a bit later than when I first started making this, so I may say some things which I will forget that I've already said. Anyway, we are generally in the process, as I've said many times, of getting copper ore and tin ore if we see it, but copper for now. And I think we can go and make some stuff at the blacksmithing trainer. I'm not sure if the stuff will be super excellent, but it'll be something. Our damage is getting better. I don't really want to do...
I can't carry anymore.
Do dead mines until a slightly higher level. Let's make some bandages to get a spot in my inventory for this ore. I really need to go and deal with all this stuff. Didn't realize I hadn't. Our bags are full.
Inventory is full.
We must merge the linen. Okay. Wonderful. Good. Alrighty. Now we are heading on to get the ore. Smelt the ore. To smelt the ore. Actually, never mind. Well, whatever. I might make this its own. I might start with this, rather than connecting it to the previous section, which was kind of messed up in the sound recording, and I think I was just kind of mumbling also. This should be better. I think. Marching into Stormwind. Warriors don't have any way to get faster. Druids can turn into cats. Shamans can turn into wolves. Rogues, that's what you just heard, rogues can sprint. Goblin anything has a little sprint. And human warrior's got nothing but his own 2 feet until he gets to level 40. Which if you're trying to run around doing quests and bring letters back and forth to people, feels quite slow. Hunters also become like a cat. They get the aspect of the cheetah. And then they zoom off. They're fast. Not all the time. They can't do it. If they get hit while they're being fast, they get slowed. I guess because a cheetah's like a sprinter. Sort of. We were gonna sell the Swift Thistle, which is worth not that much on this server, but worth putting up. If you put yours at a slightly lower price, it ends up first. What was it? 14.95. Sometimes I'll put it if it's not that big a deal, I'll put a few silver lower, not to be a jerk. But whatever. Don't really have anything else we want to sell. I can use the spider eye core to make some delicious blood sausage. I believe I have more boar intestines in the bank. Silly, huh? But anyway, we're working our way slowly over to the ore department of the city. First, we need to hop these things. It's a little mini game. Hop the
Hey there.
lines. You can't walk through them like that guy does in Shrek.
I can't carry anymore.
I don't need to hold that. Take that. That's the nice axe, level 18, which I may take with me on this excursion. I don't really need. And we'll take that so we can start swinging that around as soon as we can legally do so. Let's see, what can I don't really have anything I want to put away at the moment. Oh, I don't need this right now. Take this tin and this tin. Okay. That's everything that, if we need more rough grinding stones, will come back. Whatever, I'll take them.
See you later.
Off to... I can go to the bank again in Iron Forge where I have to go to. Take the tram to get back to Lac Medan. Lac Medan. A dwarf place. There's a good number of dwarves in it. Found some nice places to get ore, but actually I might have to run through to Red Ridge Mountains, which it's probably faster to get there from Lac Medan. Well, probably not with taking the tram. Maybe I will just go there on my 2 feet to the Red Ridge Mountains for a little bit of a change of pace. I don't need to go back here. Whoops. I need to sell things to a regular person. And then proceed over.
Hey there.
To the smelting section of the city. That's not very useful. Don't really need those, or that, or those. Not really getting much for any of those. We're taking. We have a good. Oh, and we're gonna hit up the warrior section of the city, of course, and learn the skills which we could not with this big amount of gold money we earned. Through selling some oily blackmouth fish, mainly. So I'll be on the lookout for schools of those, which for some reason are quite valuable on this server. Warriors, I think. Yes, I'm afraid of warriors. Command Center, Champions Hall, SI7. Yes. Looks like I need Metamucil, that's gross. Not that, that was another guy who ran in here. Yeah, he is. Wonderful. Warriors, where Shady Dealer in the road section here. Poison Supplier. Suggested by the Osborne the Nightman. Rogue Trainer. Hanging out. That's... Oh yeah, you can only go in there if you're, special. Is the warrior training not here? Training dummy. Rogue training dummy. I could have sworn this was where the warrior trainings were. But it seems pretty empty here. Nope, there's just this guy.
Well met.
It's kind of weird. We don't hang out downstairs. We're too important for that. Okay. Yeah, geez, we didn't get a lot of things. I never really knew how to use slam. Oh, slam could be used while moving in this game. Yeah, I guess that's good if you're using a two-handed weapon. I guess. It's not really good for me. Overpower.
Be careful.
Finally, we will have. Yeah, it basically just is a free hit on them after
Light
a
be with
slightly
you.
stronger hit after they dodge. Which in the arms talent tree, pretty early on, gains a 50% crit chance, this ability. But, not, we aren't going to be holding a shield, so we don't need that. This ability I've never really understood. I think it's for tanking. I don't know. well, it doesn't do much damage, but if they block, dodge, or parry you, you can still cause threat with revenge, I guess. So it's for tanking. This one is pretty useful, as is demoralizing shout.
Light bless you.
Where's the spell book? There we go. Demoralizing shout we'll put here. And oh, we have,
Not ready yet.
That's another time. We haven't really dealt with defensive stance yet. Okay. We should put hotkeys to those, but we aren't going to do so yet.
Need help?
Private Rodor. Slam doesn't do much for us. Mocking Blow is also about threat. Shield Bash. We don't really need any of these things.
For the Alliance.
Alrighty. Nice. And we a good amount of money left. It took like a third of our money. Okay, up to the Ore District, the Dwarven District, the Dwarven District. Yeah, we have a lot of ore to smelt. As you can see, many nuggets of ore, chicken nuggets, coal nuggets, cats. Stupidest coal in the game. Whatever. Spider Ichor. We can cook 5. So it's gonna make us 10 blood sausages. To cook 5 of these. So make 2 each, and that's 3 items. It's still kind of lame. But we're gonna be able to make boiled clams in Redwood Mountain. There's Murlocs. We'll leave behind clams. Oh, when you kill them, a lot. And that's maybe a good place to hang out if I can happen to spot some really black muscles walk by. Fight them, get some clams, get some oily black mouse. I have 72 copper. Go for it. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna have a sip of my Walmart powdered energy drink. Yeah. Now, in real life, if I weren't talking, I would probably get up and stretch. Maybe I'll do that anyway. So it's just set a good example. And I hope you can still hear me over here. I was also playing earlier on my other character, my goblin, trying to catch, because I want to do the new dungeon 3 research stuff yet, but I'm kind of stuck waiting to do it. I'm not playing during the hours and most people are online on this server, which is the morning for where I am. This is the coast of the United States. Let's see, we've got 47 left. I have to play in the morning pretty much if I want to find a group. But obviously I have other things to do in the morning. Most days, so I'm going to have to do that on the weekend. But I was running around, I've been collecting iron. He's also a warrior, and I said that. But he's an armed warrior, and I picked up dual crafting as a profession. And it didn't go so well. It didn't really make that many things that I could use for myself at any time. But it's, I've got a ton of iron, and I might be able to make staffs in it. This isn't in the original Classic WoW, nothing to make staffs. And everyone basically thought that there was like a missing wood-related ability. If there's some wood in the game, like there's no way to make bows or staffs or shields. So, those, you know, like, those are all kind of, like, mutually exclusive things. Like, you can't use a bow and a shield, or a staff and a shield, or, well, I guess you can have a staff and a bow. Okay, I guess you can do that. A hunter would do that. But it's not really standard. I don't know, it's not in the game either. I guess they couldn't figure out how do you gather wood. Like, it's silly to buy it. You know, the other ones, you mine the ore, you gather the herbs. So, what, you just, like, buy wood. Or you, like, chop down trees, but obviously the trees in the game are really big. And chopping a tree down would look weird. When you're small, you have tiny trees, but that would look a little silly as well. That's not really how it works. I don't know, they didn't want people chopping down trees all over the place, so they thought it would look silly, I guess. But anyhow, it's not in it. And there's still this, you can make staff with dual crafting, although maybe I would have just added it to enchanting. I'm done smelting copper. No. What did I want to do? Yeah. Oh, I need light leather to make these. But I'm on a blacksmithing quest. It's one of the few quests I'm doing on this run. Ozorb style. And I need to make 4 ruined copper belts. It says I have 1, but that's because I'm wearing one, which I need. Okay. Well, we can make 4 of these. We're gonna need to go buy some light leather to make these, and we don't even have enough copper to make all of these anyway, so nuts to that, I guess. We'll get to that. Alrighty. Ruined copper belt. We would need 48 copper to finish this, which we don't quite have. But we are going to do something slightly different, because I think we can learn to make some new things. Yes, learn to make rough bronze boots.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Which will be better than what we have on, which are pretty weak. We're going to need to find the mining shop, which I always have a weird amount of trouble with. I thought it had a name, but maybe the reason I have such trouble finding it is that it doesn't have a sign. I might be this one. Yes. Okay. Anyhow.
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind? Yeah, bronze, tin, silver. Thank you. Now we can go back and make bronze, and then make rough bronze boots. Although we're probably gonna stop there and wait for smelt this tin. I'm gonna I guess I'll just kind of stretch in my seat. But I'll have some more of this energy drink. Which came in like a powdered tube packet that you put in a water bottle. It was like 10 of them for $1.50 at Walmart, and they have 120 milligrams of caffeine each, which is like a full, energy drink worth. That's a lot. For something that comes, 10 of them, it's like 10 energy drinks for the price of 1 energy drink. That's crazy. I don't drink that many, but if you do, that would probably be a good thing to do. If you want more, maybe isn't what you want. But anyway, you'd save money if you're having like 10 of them anyway. Anyhow, moving on to smelting some bronze here. I think the next thing that we can mine is going to be iron, which is at like 1. You have to have pretty high mining to get to it. It's annoying to start seeing things you can't mine, because if your mining level was higher, you could mine it. Anyway, it's like seeing food you can't eat. teeth aren't strong enough for. I guess if you're a baby, you don't have many teeth yet. It's like seeing food you want to eat but can't. Oh shoot. We didn't want to make that much. We need copper. We can't unmake it. Okay, shoot. Well, I screwed up a little. Alright. Whatever. We can level up with these rough bronze boots. Yeah. Oopsie daisy. I shouldn't have made all that copper into bronze because I needed it for the rough copper maul, which I need for the Iron Forge breastplate, which I need more copper bars for. So that's great. 3 strength, 3 stamina. Maybe that's not really worth it, but whatever. I like doing those things. Alright. Okay, I said I was gonna hit the Red Ridge Mountains. Let's do that. Let's head back out through. It's gonna be a bit of a long walk here. Head back out through Stormwind. Go to the bank. Cook this food. Well, we can do that anywhere. But, well, we'll cook it and put away the rest of the ingredients. I guess we'll keep them because we're gonna be just in Red Ridge getting the same ingredients, I think. Which, for this, well, either clams or, blood sausage, which I think there's bears, boars, and spiders in Red Ridge, just as there were in Loch Madan. But if there aren't, I suppose we can head back to Loch Madan, because we still need quite a lot of copper, really. And, I mean, then even more to level with bronze, but you keep seeing copper and tin together even after tin starts appearing, so it doesn't really run away with anything exactly. It's very quiet these hours when I am playing. It's night in the game, I suppose. The torches are burning. The sky's dark and cloudy. Pet gorilla, big pokey. He's turned into a white stag. Still a reasonable number of people around. Anyway.
Help you find something?
Oh. Tetrahydrocannabinol. Actually, I'm in that guild. That's the innkeeper. I don't need to talk to unless I want not to return to Goldshire, which technically I should want, but maybe I'll just make it Red Ridge Mountains. I like being in a smaller inn. It's cozy. Rather than coming all the way back to the big city every time.
You need something?
Yes. I need to give you all these rocks and these belts, which I will need later. And this ore. Yeah. Oh, I maybe should have gone to the Weapon Master to learn how to use daggers. Sure. I'll do that, and then I'll Hearthstone to Goldshire, which will pull me out a little of the ways that I have to go. So great. Sure. Take that. Oh, jeez. Oh, but we can, in fact, something very big, which is purchase that. Put that. Now he holds this for us also. So you can see the bank fills up quite quickly with things if you're doing crafting things. Alrighty. Moving on. Alright, I'm gonna go we're gonna use daggers. And then we will stab them, which will do a little bit more damage than these copper knuckles. But the main thing will be to get to level 18. Which really almost none of this is worth doing in comparison to getting to level 18 and using that really good axe that nice guy gave us. But I'm sort of so excited for that I'm pushing it off a little to do other stuff. Anyway, these boots increase defense skill +2, which basically means that it's like other things are fighting things half a level higher. Which makes them miss and I don't actually quite know where the weapon master is. It's quite hard to find a guard in Stormwind to ask. Accessories, can't go in there. It would make sense if the person was here, but I guess just here. And I don't think they are. No, they have to be, because it's where the training dummies are. That would only make sense. Maybe they're in the basement. This building. Nope. There's no one in here. Upstairs is where the... Oh, there is a guy down here just overseeing this empty table. Warrior. No, where's the weapon master? I assumed it would be where the training dummies are. But I don't see the weapon master, who's the guy who teaches you how to use different kinds of weapons, which is different from training your warrior skills, because it is. Leatherworking, no. I'm going back this way just to try to find a guard who I can ask for directions, because no, that's not one. There, I can ask this guy over here. Just swim across the city jail. The sort of Alcatraz and the canals they have here. Yeah, where's the weapon trainer? Oh.
Go with honor, friend.
Alright, well, let's swim back to the canals here. I don't know how those guys get to work. Maybe they're just kind of headquartered inside the dungeon thing that they're guarding. Whoops. Why not get up that way? Okay. Gosh, this is a little silly. Seriously, how do I get up? I'm sure there's a way to get up. Like, oh, I have to go around to the steps here, perhaps. Okay, that's a little silly. Alright. Anyway. Didn't have to go that far. Back to the warrior trainer guy. Right. Right in here. Real convenient.
What are you looking for?
Take these.
See you later. What can I do for you?
Wu Ping. Yeah. Let's learn how to get people with daggers.
Light bless you.
Thank you. And you too. Nice. Whoops. No. On the other hand. Okay. Good.
Looking for something specific?
I don't need these anymore. Alrighty. Now, that's a pretty big knife. In addition to an axe that we're wielding. Going real kind of lumberjack style. The next thing the guy gave us is an axe as well. Here we are in the Gold Shire, which is a little outside Stormwind. Jump through there's kind of a doghouse there. Yeah, we will be walking on our way through Gold Shire out to the other end of it, which looks like a long ways, and kind of is. Especially if I run off to get every copper ore I see on the way, but we need that. We need that more than we need to just go get to level 18, for sure. But anyhow, It's faster than probably going all the way to Ironforge and around to Lac Madon, which is just north of the Red Ridge Mountains. Ridge. It's a little more broken up in terms of you're not just heading straight to the east. But anyway. You could go half a stretch as well now if you liked. Really all you need to do is occasionally reorient your guy. You can... I think the auto run is typically num lock. I rebind it to K because num lock is an awkward button to go and find and hit. I'm not really a hotkeys expert because auto run is not something you want to use in any sort of combat situation, and therefore pretty much all your hotkeys that you might want to use in a combat situation like K should be for your useful fighting abilities, and something that you only need to hit now and again to go from place to place, like auto run, which isn't like following the path or anything. It's just you go in the direction that you're going. Oh no! He's got a ghost wolf. He's got a wolf pet. He's skinning the wolves. I don't know why. I don't know where he got a ghost wolf at that low level. There's one that I know of that's like level 20 something. Like a ghostly wolf that a hunter can tame like it's a regular wolf, and it's a bit special. I think it does evil damage, shadow damage with its hits, which means that armor doesn't affect it. It does a lot of damage, that ghost wolf. But I don't know where he got one at level 14. Maybe they made the ghost wolves easier to get, because it was a little silly. People had to sort of line up to... It was a rare wolf, the ghost wolf, that you could get in Classic. People had to line up sort of to train it, and it would only come back like once an hour. So people would really fight over it. The ghost wolf. I personally liked having a thunder lizard pet. It really does quite a lot of damage, the thunder lizard. And it's burst damage. Like, it does these 2 thunder lizard bolts right away when you send it to go attack things. And I don't know that its average damage ends up being good, but the thunder lizard bolts do a lot, and they kind of hit you out of nowhere, and you're kind of confused, and you suddenly lose this big chunk of health from that, and then it kind of comes over and just kind of bites you for not that much damage, but for regular damage. But you know, burst is good if you're trying to, fight a group of people and you need to get the healer out before they protect the healer, before the healer protects themselves. You want to burst them. So burst damage in a PvP situation is worth a lot more than consistent damage, relatively. Like, if there's 3 of you and you can all do 2,000 at once, that's way better than doing like 3,000 in 10 seconds, because 2,000 at once, 3 people will kill somebody, and if it's 3,000 in 10 seconds, they can, heal through it, or, drink a potion, or whatever. Anyway. It's burst. And Troll Hunters, which is the hunter I was playing when I first time I had the Wind Serpent. Troll Hunters, Orc Hunters get a 5% damage boost from the pet, with, to their pets, which, would make that lightning bolt do even more, but, Troll Hunters get a thing that buffs their attack speed, whereas Orcs get a thing that buffs their melee damage, which doesn't do as much for a hunter as an attack speed buff. So, it's really another sort of burst. 5%, obviously, your pet doing 5% damage is a lot better than you doing 10% more, or 10 to 30% more for like 15 seconds or something over the long term. The orc bonus is better. But in the PvP situation, you know, where you want to throw the thunder lizard at them to hit them with the hard zaps, even if they don't do much after. Yeah, I bet I can get more spider ichor from these guys. Yeah, let's fight them. Good, just what we were looking for. Get to use our overpower. We're not even doing as much as we will in a minute, because we're still training up that dagger skill. Never used a dagger before. Excuse me. Yes, we can get spider ichor from these guys. Good to know. I assume it's good to train on spiders. They have a lot of legs and eyes to practice your left-handed stabbing on. Click the spider. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, not even the closest.
I'm out of range.
We can use this blood rage to
Not enough rage.
get our stabbing off the ground faster. It kind of hits us. It's like hitting yourself in the head to make yourself angry. So then you can go attack things. I don't really know how exactly where the best places to find ore in
That
the
ability
Red Ridge Zone are. Alright, we'll slow down a little fighting these guys, maybe. Low on health. But I kind of wasn't paying attention because I wasn't hitting with my shoot.
need more rage.
Yeah, we needed that. I used a potion there on that spider. Oops. It was not the good kind of potion, so it's okay. Some spiced wolf meat. This food really doesn't do much for us anymore. Spiced wolf meat. As you can see, we're not really regaining health very quickly. It's level 1 food, or level 17. But we do get the well-fed boost. Stamina and spirit increased by 2. Anyhow, that was after fighting like 3 spiders in a row. And we're getting our dagger skills improving. We can put this coarse sharpening stone, in fact, on both our axe and our dagger. So we should be really cautious. Oh, 2 spiders. I think we'll win.
I can't do that.
I'm so bad at hitting the right key. That's kind of a problem. I did a battle shout unnecessarily instead of the overpower. Is that number 7? People do, just hitting all along your top row of number keys is pretty hard because they usually make it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they put the other ones other places, which I may do eventually as well. If I'm trying to be good at the game. I really should start out doing that now so I get used to doing the right keys, and I don't have to change them all later and confuse myself, but whatever. So now we have 12 bear meat, but we're a little short on the boar meat, boar intestines, and spider ichor, so we'll fight those 2 kinds of things as we travel here toward Lakeshire, the main town in the Red Ridge Mountains. In fact, we're basically 18. Those guys do a lot of damage. The little dragon whelps. They shoot a fireball at you. I don't really need anything from them at the moment. Can't eat them. Let's see, what is Black Mountain Schools? Now there may be some areas with ore. Let's cook a cauldron on this little picnic table here. Make ourselves some delicious blood sausage. And that will supersede this spiced wolf meat as our snack of helping us. It gives us 4 more stamina and spirit. It's a whole like 22 more health or something. But when you only have 500, an additional, that's not bad. Worth doing, worth paying attention to. We don't really need to go in there for anything. Well, I was gonna set my Hearthstone here. Burn it all's good. Mining and smithing supplies. General supplies. Steam trainer. Well, right, here we are. A whole lot of quests. But waitress and keeper Brianna.
Need help?
Yes.
Farewell.
Hang out here. Now there is some area with some gnolls slightly to the north of us. We can check that out. I think there might, it's kind of rocky. I think there might be a good amount of ore there. But I don't really recall. There's some. Let's head over that way. Ooh, well, not if there's little 20 orcs there. We will have to be a little circumspect in pursuing this nugget over here. In case an orc kind of hiding around there. It's down there. Those are okay. I don't know. Things up here might be a little tough for us that way anyway. Let's see what level those gnolls are. We can fight things that are 17 or 18. We're not in as dire straits as we were. Even two things that are 17 or 18, maybe. Let's see, where are they? Level 18, that's reasonable. 19, okay, that's reasonable. I don't see any ore, but that's okay. If this, well, I'll see if it's reasonable. If this guy, like, nearly kills us, then we don't really want to be up here.
Not enough rage.
Yeah, that might...
Not enough rage.
Whoa, jeez, he kills himself, okay. We might be in some trouble here, as a matter of fact. Okay, he started running away. We can kill him while he's running away. Yes, successful. Barely. Okay, not where we want to be. Too strong. Shoot lightning bolts, heal themselves. Tough. Tough guys. We're gonna head back to the south of Lakeshire, where those animals were around, and kind of go across the country down there. It's a little sort of dotted line path around the lake on the other side. It's not as much of a cliff there on the other side. As you can see, there's trees in the distance there. We'll go kind of around that way. And so we'll be able to see if there's any fish in the water. Again, I'm after those oily blackmouths, which are worth a heck of a lot for some reason. Again, I don't really need any money at the moment, but we will. More abilities. And leveling blacksmithing can actually get expensive and having to sort of buy things like flux and coal. So it would be smart of us, copper down there, wonderful. Smart of us to pay a little bit of attention to money beyond what we need for our abilities.
Not enough rage.
It's not very easy to kill this level 17 boar. Tough creature. Boar ribs. I think there was a recipe of beer-basted boar ribs that somebody was selling. Sort of a cooking master guy who was selling. What it is the like recipes from quests, I guess, like knowing that people probably wouldn't have the leveling time to do all of the, you know, these ones where like a guy's like, bring me boar ribs and I'll teach you how to cook boar ribs, but if you kind of miss them, then you're kind of like, I don't know, you can't make boar ribs because you're off somewhere else. You might be killing boars and getting boar ribs, but you missed the quest to learn how to cook them, and that would be kind of annoying. Easier to do when the, something strong under the water. Anyway, Lake Ridge Highway. It's taken over by gnolls. But, oh, these ones are lower level. We can fight these guys pretty easily. Don't have any real need to. But, I don't think they can be really special. Shoot, he's gonna make friends with that guy.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Shoot him with an arrow. Yeah, there's no particular reason to fight these guys. But, we are doing first aid, and if they start to drop the wool, and whoops. That'll be... We haven't really used the bandages yet at all, but they are good to have and to use. Dire Condor, 19s. Stronger than we probably want to fight. Okay, watch out for those, I guess. Some Murlocs here. Probably also a little stronger than we want to be fighting. Murlocs tend to come at you in groups. Okay, it seems to have turned into these level 19 birds here, which are a little strong. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that big of an area that we're going to be in here, then. I may end up going back to Loch Madon. But, which actually from here isn't that long of a flight, I don't think, unless it routes you around through, you know, like you have to fly all the way back to Stormwind and then over to Ironforge and then around to Loch Madon. But it shouldn't, because they're like right next to each other. It's like up there, Burning Steps. Well, no, I'm wrong. There's the Burning Steps in between them. Loch Madon is all the way up there. So here's Loch Madon, there's Red Ridge Mountains. Good thing I didn't try to go south. That ends you in Badlands, actually. My geography is a little screwed up there. Badlands looks a little like this, so it's easy to mess up. But anyway, yeah, ooh. Let's see. That's kind of close to them. I think I will have to fight all three of those guys. I think I can do it. Who's the... That's the lowest level one. We'll go for him first, then the 16, then the 17. It's, that's the smart thing to do, is we can do that. Use this rage, blood rage, get the battle shout, finish that. We're back at full health, and now we can charge this guy. And up, thunderclap, demoralizing shout. Okay, this is a little tough. That guy's out. We're gonna do this on him. That. Okay, we're gonna take a potion on this one. With that, it's not too hard. It's running. But we don't really have any way to get more potions, so that's not really repeatable for these guys. Whoops.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Shooting me with arrows from over there. It's not really doing too much, but it's a little annoying.
It's too far away.
Could be a problem in theory.
Need more rage.
That was pretty close. Okay, we are getting wool cloth. That's good.
It's too far away.
As well as haunches of meat. Wonderful. Yeah, we could have had a blood sausage up instead of this weaker version of being well fed, but I don't think that would have made a difference because we almost died even with the health potion. I feel like I should say I. There's no one else here right now. I. We is me and roastbeast if I say it. there are only 2 of them, I think. So, yeah, that should be doable. 3 is a lot. 3 is a tall order. I mean, I wasn't really that sure that would work out, but I wanted to be brave. Run down there, zigzag over the tents. More like some shout.
Need more rage.
Kind of want to put it back here so they don't run away. There. Oh. Hopefully he doesn't pull a bunch
Not
of
enough
guys
rage.
out. We shall see.
More rage. That ability.
7. I think it's gonna literally. Oh, shoot. Ooh, okay. A little close to that guy. We're gonna get that ore that we fought our way over here for. Before we try to get there and rifle through that guy's pockets, because who knows what problems that could cause. I don't know if I pull this guy, if this guy will come. But if all 4 of those guys come, this guy pulls this guy, and this guy, then we're dead for sure. Although we can kind of run off in the opposite direction. And we might do okay. There we go. Okay, back up. These camps of guys are a little tough for us. One guy at a time is the problem.
Not enough rage.
What were we looking at? Yeah, we went back up to that area with the trogs in the south of Loch Dawn. There was some copper there and some tin there. Go around there, and then there's also a sort of excavation dig site place that had ore in it that I didn't venture into. Certainly at 18, with the better thing that we will be able to make, I would be confident in venturing into there. For now, I'm probably just going to get to level 18 down here, unless I get really bored. Anyway, these guys are pretty tough, as I said. More intestines and spider eggs. I guess there's not really bears here. So in order to get bear meat, I will have to go back. Yeah, they give a lot of food. There's some special food you can get here. Red Ridge goulash or something, which I don't think I can make because you need to kill those level 19 birds to get it. To get some part for it. To make the soup. Soup of creatures. So I suppose I will work my way back toward the town. Actually, it's filling up yet. I haven't really done that much yet. Yeah, the liver's for it. The Gortusk liver. It's for the soup. You know, a nice liver soup. I've had a tasty chicken heart gumbo. Not exactly the same thing. I should see what exactly. I should check with that wrestling guy again with all the meat parts I'm gonna have after this, and see if what exactly I can use for what with what. There's not as much ore here as I was hoping. Oh, no, we gotta book it. We got a nice hamstring on that pig. We can't fight those whelp guys. You see the fireballs he's sending at me. Much too strong. Anyhow, yeah, we really a little under level perhaps for here. Still following of me trying to throw fireballs at. A little under-leveled. A little just, we can't really go into much of it. Under-leveled, pretty much. There's some copper. Let's go get that. These guys are somewhat weaker still. Let's eat some blood sausage. Yum. Delicious. Very well fed. These guys are a little bit weaker than the guys we were fighting before, so we can hang out a bit. Maybe we can fight 3 of them at once. Maybe. Probably not. They're really whippy. Working our way towards see, I can 8, 7. I'll learn eventually. At least I am refreshing my battle shout, which only lasts 2 minutes, so you do have to keep refreshing it. It's not entirely useless by accident, or I wouldn't do that. You do want to change the amount.
I need to get closer.
You know, sometimes you'll just be fighting things and you realize you didn't have your you're like, well, I could have been fighting things faster. Or not. Had so much trouble. But anyhow.
Not enough rage.
It's not that easy going for us yet. It's a hard life as a warrior making your own stuff. You depend a lot more than someone who casts spells on your gear. Because those kind of just do a certain amount and then they get added to. But you don't do anything. You don't have good weapons pretty much. You do little, but very little. We're gonna have a good one soon. Once we get to level 18. Little camp over there. Bench. I don't know what that's for. Just a little hangout here. I can make another blood sausage. It's a little fire here. Nice. Anyway. It's proving to be not really much here. I will be heading back to Lochmadon shortly, I suppose. If I have to fly through the city anyway, I'll just get 18, go get my level up things, and then get out to Lochmadon ready to rumble. I don't think we'll have the 48 copper I needed to get to finish that quest. And then there's really another large amount to get. We'll see if we find one of these guys.
That ability.
We're right next to the graveyard. So if we die, no deal. Ouch. Yeah, we're winning. But one of these guys casting fireballs at you while you're trying to fight a pig, you're done. Do quite a lot with those. And they, they're casting a lot slower if you're hitting them. Hitting things pushes back the casting sort of spell bar, the little loading screen until you do a fireball. We are out of more blood sausage. Delicious. Oily black mouse here at the moment. There's boiled ribs. We can definitely do something with those, but I don't recall what exactly. Fighting those. Those are good to fight if you have skinning, I think. Maybe they're not high enough level to give you anything good, but in general, skinning the whelps gives you dragon scales, which are good for things. Otherwise, pretty much you get them from skinning. Pretty high level enemies. Anyway. Got some spider eye core. Yeah, our range of motion here is not that exciting. Just these little foothills around this road. Kind of, down at three corners. Just in the neighborhood. Saw there were some spiders down the street. But I could go chop them to bits. Anyhow, we are proceeding along pretty quickly toward this level. Level up. We will get more abilities as well as a superb axe item to hit people with. I don't. Our food should hold out. We got something else to eat, I think. Like a hunch of meat. Yeah, well, one. Anyway, fighting those gnolls. Let me head down this way. Might be some more there. And actually, Darkshire is in fact just over the road. It's not really that much strictly higher level. Like I think the animals walking around are like level 18 to 19. So we can probably fight one of those at a time. And perhaps there might be more. Don't know. I don't think so. Darkshire isn't very fun as a warrior. A lot of undead that don't bleed. A lot of darkness that you can't see through, and then you get attacked by multiple things, and you're not very good at dealing with it when you're on your own as a warrior. We're out of bananas. We have one punch of meat left. Oh, and shoot, I have one spongy moral to eat. One mushroom. Anyhow. Two spiders. Many spider poisons upon us. Abashi, wawa, wawa. I think we should be okay. Maybe. All those poisons are doing a lot. Oh! Eat that bunch of meat real quick before you lose any more. Your life points to spider poison. It can happen. You kill something and then you die from the poison they had on you. Frustrating. If only you'd eaten some cheese or whatever quicker, you would have gained your strength and lived. Sometimes true in real life. Sort of. Stand up to loot things. Respect the animals. Don't pawn through them on the ground. Now we have some spider eye core. But we need more boar intestines. Anyway. Not really seeing any boar down here. Only spiders. Let me look over into that little area across the river. Just for giggles. Special things. Treasures. Little gifts, guys. A special little chest, because whenever it goes there, we're kind of out of food, so. But we're almost level 18. And then Hearthstone is still on cooldown, as a matter of fact. Tarantulas. I don't see anything special. We'll head back this way. Fight a few boars. And then, take the... I guess my Hearthstone shouldn't be in Redridge. Because what I have to do is go back to Stormwind to get in the tent. And Goldshire is pretty close to that. So at least until I can make my own tents, I suppose I should keep my Hearthstone, my ruby slippers, set in Goldshire. Or Stormwind. I'm going to put it in Stormwind for now. And if I don't like the big city, then I will put it in Goldshire. copper. I don't quite have enough to finish that quest. I wouldn't have enough to make the thing that comes from the quest, which is only barely better than what I have anyway. Don't really know why I would do this. I guess I got sort of lucky.
Need more rage.
But then I will be free of that burden. And I will be able to start making myself some equipment of bronze, which is the first real thing. I don't think people ever really made themselves copper armor in real life. It's pretty soft. You would do pretty much better to make armor out of leather, I think. You know, people didn't really do it. Copper armor. I don't think. I'm not an expert. Craig probably did it, you know, just to see. Maybe the king had it because it was cool and shiny. Who knows? Oh right, we're gonna look for some more on the way back. Oh, there we go. Level up. Wonderful. Put more pellets in the offhand dagger. And put that on. Nice. Wow, we're gonna do way more damage. You'll see as soon as I find a boar. I'm not gonna shot it even, so it won't even be as much as it could be. Look at that, 63 with one hit. That is more than, well, we're getting kind of flat, and that's random. 49. It's more, trust me. Look how fast that thing died. We were like going like down in health even with these things before. Missing a ton for no real reason. We got some intestines like we wanted. Find a few more boars. I get up to a threshold in cooking. Get up to 85 if I get one more boar intestine. So let's go do that. One or two more from these boys over here. Testing out our fancy axe. The executioner's cleaver. Cool looking. Doesn't really look too practical, but that's okay. Swing a cleaver around. People do it. Bush of wheat. Sweet Todd uses a razor, but it's sort of similar, not really. Sweet Todd. That was a big hit there. And, it's a pretty slow weapon, too. So even, yes, it's gonna be hits. You know, boar ribs, boar meat. Should fight that first. Bold to go for it. We
Need more.
What else do I need to graveyard? Oof. I didn't even need to. He died. Oh, lame. Coward. We're doing pretty good damage to him now. And if we had a good offhand weapon rather than one that was fine, we would be really swinging. Anyway. Nice. Boar intestines. We have 4 of everything else, so what the heck? Let's eat this spongy moral and then fight that hog. And if we're lucky, we'll get another set of intestines. Not another liver and snout kind of hog. Expression. Nope, just a chunk of meat. Chunk of meat kind of hog. If there's another one over here, I'll look for it, but, oh well. We got what we needed for, getting better at cooking a little bit. We're just going to fly around into Stormwind.
Can I help you?
Oh, we're out of rested, so I guess this is where I'm gonna fly into Stormwind.
Safe travel.
Walk out. Try to get in the tent. See if there's a tent. There usually isn't a tent this time of day. Sometimes there is. There isn't reliably a tent this time of day. When it's busier, there's more tents. Sometimes even two. Not that that does anything, but it means that they're kind of overlapping, and if one goes down, there's still one up, and everyone just moves over, rather than there being none for a little while. People missing out on their precious rest. Flying back the way we just walked a minute ago. Stronger. This, what is that going to go? 25%. I mean, that sounds like a lot, but people seem to like this blood craze one, which regenerates your health after being the victim of a critical strike. And 6% is a pretty good amount to get back. It's going to be level 6 after 6% if we put 3 points in it. That's a pretty good amount of it to get back. This will let us fight multiple guys. This plus the improved first aid and being able to make bandages from wool, because we'll be able to do this, howl, run away, use the bandage on ourselves, get more health. And it's on a different cooldown from potions, so we can use those too for a real tough one. Yeah, let's head over to the first aid service.
Well met.
Let's see, where do I learn cooking? I forget.
Safe
Over
travels.
there. Okay, where do I
Light
learn
be with you.
first aid?
Go with honor,
In the
friend.
cathedral.
Need help?
Okay. And that's it.
Light bless you.
We will go and put away our copper for now because we don't have enough to do what we want anyway. And then we're going to go learn to cook better. We're going to go learn to make bandages out of wool, which are better than ones made out of linen.
How are you?
I guess. I don't know if that holds up in real life. But let's, I suppose, make as many out of linen as we can before turning it over. If you know what I mean. No reason not to. You know, we can make a ton of these. I guess we could just stand here forever, though.
Safe travel.
Just learn how to make wool ones. You know, you basically want to get all the levels from this that you can, because linen is pretty common, and wool, it's going to take 2 wools to make a bandage rather than 1 linen. Whoa, it turned into a jelly. That is so funny. Oozed and confused. Okay. They added a lot of funny stuff like that in this. I haven't really heard people talk about where to get it. The ability to turn into an ooze. But it is a good ability. To turn into an ooze. I would like to do it. Not in real life, but I think it would be funny, you know, to ooze out across the battlefield at your opponents. Or just be oozing around and people think you're an ooze and then suddenly turn into a guy and attack. Your PvP opponents. Blades. Pig and Whistle Tavern. Heavy-handed weapons. It's a bit of a shame that there's really not much of a point to most of the shops.
Can I help you?
Weapon shops. One is the special. Oh yeah. Okay. I can make boar ribs probably out of these. Or, yeah. Crab cake, delicious.
Be careful.
So we can make some blood sausage and as well as some dry pork ribs. Wonderful. I get 4 mild spices.
Hey there.
I can buy them 5 at a time. Yes.
See you around.
2 copper each, pretty much nothing. Nice. We've got some multiple sorts of delicious foods. It doesn't really do anything for you, but I wish it did.
Hey there.
There's a number of games like Stronghold and Mountain Blade, where the more food you have, the more kinds of food,
See you around.
the happier your self and troops are. Righto. Let's head up to the old town and see about learning how to make woolen bandages. Then I might. No, I have to go. I'm going to get Redstone and fight a Lockdown. I have to get my beauty sleep. Just go find the tent. And if there isn't any tent now, I will take a break for now. I will take a break if there is a tent. Either way. Because you have to just take a nap in it. I think it's a pretty good way, I suppose, of getting people to take a break. Oh, just get your rest experience back by sitting in a tent. They could obviously just, make it always like there, but they make you sit in a tent to, I think, bring people together, have them do something for each other. People doing favors for each other, getting to know each other, talking to each other, chatting in the tent. All hanging out in the same place. I do wish you could do it in an inn, but whatever. Because why is it more restful to be in a tent outside the city gates than in a cozy inn? It doesn't make sense.
You need something?
Shit, fuller. Yes. Journeyman. Oh, we can't even do wool bandages yet. Heavy linen
Careful.
bandage. Forgot that existed. Okay. Right. Heavy linen bandage.
Greetings.
What do I need to get a wool bandage? 80. Alright.
Light bless you.
What are we at? 57. We can make 31. We're likely to get. We're actually not even likely to get there. But whatever. These are better. 114 damage over 6 seconds isn't too much, but it's not nothing. This only does 280 health, so it's sort of like a potion that I don't have to worry about my supply of. I only have a bunch of these. Some same kindly fellow gave me this axe. Gave me 10 of them. As you can see, I used 3 already to avoid dying. Which is good and fine. It's exactly what they're for. You don't really need them in a dungeon because they don't do that much compared to the, if your healer dies, you're dead. It's not going to save you. It can in really freak situations, but it's not that important. You shouldn't need them to get through a dungeon anyhow. Whatever. But they're good for, getting out of scrapes of one kind or another. The only downside being well, the only, you know, you feel the fool if you use it and then you die anyway. That didn't happen. I used them and lived. One I didn't need to use, as it turns out, as you saw when I was fighting the Black Dragon Whelp, or whatever. They're not worth very much money. I could go on the auction house and buy a bunch, probably, but firework launcher. I could go on the auction house and buy a bunch, but I'm not doing that because I'm doing this ozorb style. Sell on the auction house, but not buy. It's different from self-found mode, which is a special thing. Maybe that's for hardcore, like only where like your character is like really dead if you die. But that it sounds kind of interesting, but it's kind of not because there's some, you know, it's just way easier to play a paladin where you can never frickin' die. Anyway, you have to play very carefully, basically, on everything. It's very boring. There's a tent. I've got a nice tent to rest in. Good night for now, and I will likely continue this because this one hasn't been that long so far. We are at an hour 20, and I will be resting in this tent for a time.